Playboy, you made that beat.
We are back at it again on this fun-filled Sunday, and we have some special guesses, really one, but at the same time, I'm E. Tally with.
This is Mike Daniel Jr. supporting Super Sports Media, showing love to the city of San Antonio.
And then I'm Hagen Hurst, class of 2026 at Hunter High School. I'm a big man, all around.
Yes, you are. You are that, man.
Love it.
Hey, listen. One, thank you again, Michael, for doing such a phenomenal job with today's interviewees and setting this up, because this is one of the young men in the city that's on that watch list of 26s that I've had my eyes on. I can't wait to interview this young man. I can't wait to interview this young man. And honestly, the reason why I'm so geeked about interviewing you because of the humble beginnings. Yourself and your coach, you guys been together. You guys been through some battle tests to where as though now seeing you play, wow, wow. Am I lying, Mike? I think he's
Man,
frozen.
you know what?
There you
Typically,
go.
I try to, stay humble or follow through as concerned. But this young man right here, knowing his story from day one, uh, I'm excited about being able to celebrate him. The offers that he's already getting, communication with coaches, the work that I know he puts in, the passion and dedication that I know he has. Because, this is like cheat code interview day because I see it firsthand, and so I'm excited about where he's come from. I'm excited about where he's at. And I'm even more excited about where he's going. And knowing that he's still got 2 years, man, oh gosh, I can't express the joy enough for this young man right here. I can't.
And that's where that's why I said the humble beginnings, because it all started what, 3 years ago, Mike, when they
Three
were
years
in
ago, into the seventh grade year is
eighth grade.
when I officially going into eighth grade is when I officially took over that group.
And I've been watching you grow, young man, and I'm watching you just develop, and it's awesome, man. It's awesome to see you right now. Okay.
Thank you, thank you, sir.
And key fun fact. I'm gonna give a fun fact with this young man. I can openly say this and truthfully say this. He's really special to me because when I took over this group, because school side, I had some other individuals handling the middle school side, and I always know talent. I knew what Hagen could be and what he was going to be, whereas some other individuals didn't. And so this family, is really near and dear to me because I sat them down and I told them, just trust me, please, just trust me. And they did. And so being able to share this joy and just share this journey and watch this journey with this young man, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This one is special. I'm not gonna hide it. Today, I'm not gonna fight it. I'm not gonna hide it. This is about him. And yes, this one is special. Yes, it is, Italy. Yes, it is.
It should be. It should be, because this is the same way I'll be if I had James Livingston or Quentin Kane, two young people who started with me from day one, and now to be in the position you're in and to see him making all the accomplishments and doing all the great things and just being a sponge. So it's awesome. But you ready to
All
jump
right,
into it?
Yes,
All
sir.
right, Hagen, let's get this party started. Question number one. On the court, besides putting points on the board, what is your biggest contribution to the success of your team? And what did you do this offseason to prepare for it?
I would say my biggest contribution, other than scoring, would probably being a student of the game. I could say defense, I could say all this other stuff, but being a student of the game really helps me develop where I need to be on the court. I like putting my teammates in spots, becoming a leader on the court, being a captain. So learning, being a student of the game, watching others, watching our team, watching anyone play basketball, learning from the mistakes and the good stuff they do, and just putting people in spots, putting myself in spots to succeed would be the best way for me to contribute to the team. And this offseason, both on and off the court, while I've been injured or not been injured, I've had to step up as a student of the game because I have to help my teammates out right now at O'Connor when I'm out, help them, put them in spots from what I see from the sidelines. And same thing when I was on the court this year during AAU, putting my teammates in spots to help us succeed. Especially, I'll give an example when we were at the Dallas Gasso, first ever NBA division, and we had to adapt. First game hit us in the mouth, and then we had to adapt and respond, going 3-1 after that. So I think that's how I can benefit a team.
Firsthand, I definitely know you study, and yeah, that's a hell of a contribution that you just mentioned too. Like that's different. I like it. I like it.
I love the example he gave in reference to first time playing NBA division in the Gasso, because that weekend I was there. I got to see you guys play at the big gym at the SWAC. So yes, yes, and I seen you step up. I seen you make the extra pass. Uh, I seen how when you got double teamed, you didn't get flustered. You rarely take bad shots, so you're very efficient. So again, but let's talk off the court real quick. How do you balance your dedication to basketball with your academics and personal life?
That's a great question. So right now, it's a little easier because I'm injured, so I can lock in on school, um, get all my work done, and finish what needs to be done outside of the court while still maintaining a good basketball relationship. But during the season, it's really just a mental prepare. Prepare for the days you're going to miss. Prepare for the days that you're going to be out of school for tournaments. The number one thing I do is communicate. Communicate with my teachers. Communicate with my parents. Communicate that I'm going to be gone or I'm going to have this missing grade at this point because I'm going to miss that day. I got to communicate. Let them know I'm on top of all my work and continue to. I would say, trying to find the right word for it. Let them know I'm on top of my schoolwork and that I won't let it get out of hand even when I'm missing those days.
So you're talking about being accountable and accepting accountability to make sure you're communicating with your teachers to say, hey, listen, I'm out the net. So quick add on, you're going from playing JV last year, right? To
Mm-hmm.
varsity, or you played varsity last year?
So the reason I say communicate and I'm talking about that is because I got pulled up for playoffs. So we missed a lot of days for playoffs at the end, and I had to communicate with my teachers. That's when I had my two hardest classes. I had chemistry and I had algebra. I had to communicate with them, and I had to let them know that I was going to miss tests, stuff like that, and I'd have to come in and make them up. So just staying on top of my grades was really the number one key while battling the battle that we were in all the way through the playoffs.
And that's where I was going with it, because last year, you know, you didn't probably play all 30 games with your guys, but this year you are. You're going to play roughly 30 plus games. So with that being said, that's why I want to kind of touch on that note and kind of let you elaborate a little bit. And you did a great job, and thank you. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, so I got to ask, only because we just talked to Ethan. Were you and Ethan in the same chemistry class last period of the day? Was that the one that y'all were missing when y'all were traveling? Were y'all in the same
No,
class?
we both had chemistry eighth, but we had different teachers.
Okay. All right. This past spring and summer, you had tremendous growth, an amazing amount of success. What did receiving all that recognition feel like?
Yeah, it was a lot different because growing up, I didn't get too much recognition. I got lucky with the chance that you pulled me in. So getting recognition like this and seeing the whole San Antonio grow with recognition of players that need to be recognized is great. Along with this is amazing that y'all are having me on. I really appreciate it, and this is only going to keep me growing. But during the summer, getting that recognition just feels good that I can explore and promote myself to others across the basketball community, and that's really all that this recognition has done for me, and it's been nothing but positive.
Agreed.
Hey, one, thank you for that. The flowers you just gave us, but again, it's all about you guys. You guys, the reason we do this is to make sure people know San Antonio has that we have a plethora of great athletes, starting with yourself. So thank you again. And again, it's all about you guys. And I believe it's my turn.
It is.
All right. All right.
Number 4.
Number 4. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hold on. My question skipped away because I was trying to get this TV fixed, man. I've been without a television on big screen, so that's why I've been looking down a lot instead of looking up. So I apologize about that. Yeah, my TV wouldn't find a network. I apologize, man. All right. As far as inspiration, who is the role model that you have that kind of inspired you to play basketball or keeps you playing basketball? Who is that?
Well, I would say this is a hard one, but I would go in Nikola Jokic. Other than him, and then my dad. My dad really has helped me push through all the tough times. I'm gonna bring up a story. I didn't originally go with Coach, but when the time came that I was left without a team, we both sat down, and he goes, "If you really want this, we need to find something quick." And he kept pushing. And when Coach reached back out, we knew it was a fit because he told us to trust him. So either Coach, my dad, or watching Jokic would probably be my 3 best inspirational models.
So let me give my man Coach Daniel some flowers. So, a lot of coaches like to get on their soapboxes and tell how inspirational they can be and how much they have as far as getting kids to play for them or getting kids to play in their program. And your coach, Coach Daniel, always tells the story. And he always mentions that what he just said. He said, hey, he never mentions any names. He's like, it's tough sometimes when you have families with you that kind of be with you and then kind of, on both sides. But when you sit them down and you explain to them the process and ask them to trust you. So now we all know who he's talking about. Thank you for that. Good job, Coach Daniel. Good job. Good job.
The thing about it is honesty has always been one of my things with my parents. Sometimes parents don't like the honesty, but in his case, this was the end of the 7th grade year, getting ready to start 8th grade. So his nickname, he just told you, Nikola Jokic, and everywhere we go, guess what they're calling him, Baby Joker. Well, before he was Baby Joker, seeing his mom and his dad, knowing what he was going to eventually grow to be, and knowing the work ethic that he had and what it was going to be, we're military guys. It was Captain Obvious. It just trust him. It just understand there's going to come a time. You know how you talk about Logan Gonzalez? It wasn't your time. It wasn't your time. It's going to be your time. So that's what I try to get. I said, guys, he's going to eventually be 6'10". Just trust me and just go with this, and you will see. So, one, thank you for even acknowledging that and, considering me an inspiration. But I was just being honest. Like, there's some things you just know. And now we're on this journey, and we ain't through yet. Hagen, O'Connor. last year, hell of a run that you guys made deep in the playoffs, regional final game. You lost a hell of a piece in Julian. Your big man in the middle, big man everywhere. You lost the big fella. You know, speaking with your coach when, you know, you played JV and the reasoning behind that, were you a varsity player last year? Absolutely. But Coach DeWasco needed you playing 28 to 30 minutes a game on JV, doing everything that you did with that JV team to be ready for this year, knowing that Julian was going to be gone, knowing that somebody was going to have to step into that role. What have you done to prepare yourself to feel that humongous emptiness that is now there with O'Connor's basketball team?
A big part of that is stepping up. We got a big year, lost a bunch of players, lost 5 key seniors, and we're going to have to grow from it, and we're going to have to step up. We're going to have to adjust. We got a good core group of seniors this year, which we're excited about, but all it is about stepping up, and me and Ethan and others have to do that. We all have to step up, and we have to fill the spots where they're missing. We also, you didn't mention Luke. We lost Luke, our number 1 shooter, so we need people to step up in that shooting role. So other than that, it's really just about stepping up. And for me, really all season, AAU season, and now off season, just watching the game and preparing my body to be in that shape that Julian was in last year, to step into a role that Coach DeWasco needs me in.
Man, you know what I love about this kid, Tally? I asked him about him and what's his focus? The team. And that's one of his number 1 attributes. Selflessness, man. It's amazing.
That is hearing you say those things is like, man, hey man, I might be wrong, man. Y'all might have another deep run. Y'all might have another deep run in y'all.
No,
So hey.
if you don't mind me, I'm going to add to something about that deep run. No, nobody saw it coming. You could have asked anybody, and nobody saw it coming. See, that was the problem. We also talked about that Stony Point game where we got ran out the gym. No matter if you put it any way, we got ran out the gym. And the response to that was, you could tell our guys that we were hurting. Our bodies were sore. I mean, back-to-backs are killers, especially against the tough Lake Travis team, which nobody thought we would beat. And now you go on to that. It's like not many people in general, let alone us, would have thought we would have made that next night. So also adapting to is that we got to know that we're this good, and we got to know that we have a chance to make a deep run again.
So pull back the curtain a little bit on you know how I look at things and how I'm trying to be right all the time in reference to our picks. I did not see that, and I'm one of the ones that was proven wrong. It's 2 schools that caught me off guard. It was you guys and what East Central did. And the crazy part is y'all played each other to lead to, you know, y'all played each other to knock each other off to go play against the Stony Point team. And that was like, again, that was 2 Cinderella stories. That was both you guys. No one saw either you coming, and to do what you guys did was phenomenal. And again, that's what put you guys on the radar this year, to where as though we're gonna definitely follow you guys. We're definitely gonna follow you guys. Well, real quick, go ahead, Mike.
The piggyback, the crazy part was, even though nobody saw it coming, probably O'Connor included, right? The part that kind of, I can say this on air, the part that kind of pissed me off was after they did it, though, people still weren't talking about it. Like, and for me, when you're talking about the city, yes, I understood there was a frustrating loss that happened, but hey, San Antonio, we still have a team that's going in there. Like, let's celebrate that, you know? And so for me, that I would hang that up on the rafters and just use that as fuel. You know, hell, nobody saw it coming, but we're here and we're still not, you know. And so I love a good underdog story. You know, I do. And so I'm excited to see him again. I am.
Definitely, definitely. So we're talking about last year, but won't you give us a memorable moment that you have, Hagen, in reference to your basketball career? It could be
I have
AAU or high school.
so I have two. One would be last year's Lake Travis game. Um, the memories of Tristan hitting into the corner, and then the AM one to steal the game with the defensive stop, us running onto the court, the whole student section going crazy. We've never had that many people at one of our games. It was memorable, and that's something I'll remember for the rest of my life. But also another one would probably be AAU. What coach doesn't let you know is we probably took about a full year before we won our first tournament. I mean, constant second place after second place. So we once again go 2-0, and coach lets us know. Last game, there's this team down from Dallas. I don't know if you remember them, the certified bullies. Pull them down from Dallas. They all do it. They came, and we had to step up. Our point guard wasn't there. He was somewhere else. I don't remember where, but he wasn't at the game, and we had to step up and adjust. And we ended up holding them to 21 points and winning that game. And just winning that first tournament and knowing that we could actually do it, having that feeling with all the doubt, was probably another memorable moment.
Thank you. And yeah, no, listen, I'm one of the ones who've been following you guys, and I really love the progression your coaches took you guys on, and I've been a supporter of all that for this whole time. So no, I'm familiar with your wins and losses, because one thing about him, he does not get hung up on the wins and losses. He gets hung up on the growth, the development, and that's where we definitely see eye to eye 100% on how you guys are growing, how you guys are developing. And now, if you notice, last year your win percentage was really, really high. So with that being said, it's just, again, it's a testament to his true dedication to what you guys are doing. So no, I'm watching. We're watching.
Baby Joker, pregame ritual. Do you have any rituals, routines that help you get ready and focused?
I have two. So I'll just explain my day basically. Day is I'll go to school, I'll get all my work done, and the whole time I'll have my headphones in, listening to what some would call white girl music. That just puts me in a good mood. So, Katy Perry, SZA, um, who else? Rihanna. I listen to a lot of Rihanna. So just whatever puts me in a good mood before the game. And then when we get to the game, I'll have I'll go a little more in depth because I can't be listening to that before a game. It doesn't get me hyped up. So I'll listen to probably some Chief Keef or Little Skies before a game. And then the number one thing I'll do is, this might sound bad, but I like to call it my crack bag. And basically what it is I love Skittles. So I'll put a bunch of Skittles into a Ziploc before a game, and I'll chug those, and then we ready to go.
Okay, I knew the Skittles thing. Italy, did this young sir, did he just say, I don't even know if I can say this on, did he say
No,
white girl
don't.
music?
We good. We good. We good. We good. I'm trying to stay on air a little bit longer. Okay.
Look, I
Hagen
knew the
trying to get us
Skittles
put
part,
off.
but I didn't know the music part. So you know what? We just gonna roll on with that one, and I'm gonna let Italy take the next one.
Yeah, we're gonna just roll past the big M question, okay? Because you love the M
Oh
question, but let's
man,
just roll over that one, all right? Let's just we trying to stay around a little bit longer. Hagen, give us at least 5 years, okay?
Yes, sir.
Before
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
before we can do that, all right? It's all
Yes,
good. It's
sir.
all
I
good.
apologize.
No, no, no. You being good. You being yourself, man. Don't worry about that. We just being funny. But hey, listen, facing challenges, how do you stay motivated and overcome obstacles during a tough game? So give us a tough game scenario where you overcame that challenge.
Ooh, let's think about this one. Let's actually go back to the Dallas Gasso. First game of the weekend. Um, I'm gonna let you know, Coach let me know that I was thinking about the wrong things. We had a new kid come in, and I'm thinking about, who is this kid? I'm not thinking about it doesn't matter who this kid is. He's gonna help me no matter what. I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking about who he is and not what he is. So I'm already in the wrong state of mind, and it showed during the game. We ended up getting ran out the gym, and so being able to adapt to that, adapt to having challenges and new obstacles come up is really a key factor of my game. The next day we responded. We beat a team by 20, and then the day after that we lost a tough one. But we were in that game. We could have easily won it, and the rest of the weekend went to plan. So all it is really just adapting. Me adapting to a tough situation. It's just like adapting to a double team. Are they really going to commit? Are they going to show and bait and just make me pass out of it, or am I going to be able to take it to the rim? It's just one of those being able to adapt situations.
I would definitely speak on that weekend. I was livid with you. That game one, I was probably the most mad with you I've ever been in our 3 years together. But man, the way you finished that tournament, those next 4 games, it's not about the turnover, it's what you do after the turnover. And the way you came back, yeah, it was a hell of a tournament you had. It was.
He showed he can run the floor too. Now that you mentioned that, I remember watching him. He missed a shot, and he was one of the first guys down the court. So again, he's not afraid to. You could tell he's conditioned. I'll say it that way. You can tell he's conditioned. Go ahead, Mike.
Do you see yourself? You spoke on this earlier, but I want you to highlight and give an example. Are you a vocal leader or a leader by example on the court?
Definitely vocal. Because there's things on the court I just can't do. I'm not going to be the one playing above the rim. I'm not going to be the one, other than walling up, I'm not going to be the one contesting the high layups, high or dunks at all. I'm not that kind of player. So leading by being a vocal leader, putting my teammates in spots, especially help side. That's one thing we struggled with early on, AAU and high school wise. Our help side was weak. I'm not talking about the first help side, but there would be a lot of dish offs underneath. So putting my teammates in places to where that dish off doesn't happen, and making sure that we could rotate to the next pass. That's probably one of my best attributes, because I can put those teammates in spots, and then I can also pick my teammates up with my vocal.
I support that answer. Yes, I do.
Okay, moving on. A fun one. I like to say this is a fun question. We know you love basketball. We see it. You're talking it right now, and you're giving breakdowns of plays and things like that. Other than basketball, what sport would you play if you didn't play basketball?
Ooh, soccer. Soccer makes that good money, and if you and not to mention, they have probably some of the best condition and footwork I have ever seen. Their footwork and conditioning is next level. So if I had to pick one, it'd probably be soccer.
That's true. That's true. Unless you're a goalie. Are you gonna be a goalie, or are you gonna be one of the linesmen, or middle guys, or front guys? Which one?
Ooh, I'd be a winger. I'd want to be a winger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that is being conditioned. Yeah, you're doing a lot of running on there because you're playing
Mm-hmm.
both sides of the half of the soccer
Yeah.
field. So yeah, you're doing a lot of running. Okay. Go ahead, Mike.
Team chemistry. What's one thing you enjoy most about being part of that O'Connor High School team?
Ooh, the brotherhood. The brotherhood is the number one thing that we've created, especially during last year. Just going far, especially last year. I'm gonna pivot off of our varsity last year. We played Clemens early. I think it was the South Sand tournament. We only scored 9 points in the first half. It was a rough game. I mean, we couldn't create anything. And if you looked at us early on, you're like, okay, this team's gonna get ran through in district. But they responded. I'm not gonna say I responded. They responded. They responded and they dominated district for all they could. And then they ended up going on and making that deep run. So knowing now this year, being able to continue that brotherhood and the brotherhood has just became more accountable of one another. We know what we're capable of. We know that we have a chance to do this again. So being able to hold one another accountable to be the best we can be on the court and off the court is the number one thing I love about our team chemistry.
That's one of the hardest pieces of the team is not only holding your brothers accountable, but accepting that accountability. So if you guys are already having those conversations and having those expectations, that definitely is going to help with your success this season for sure.
Facts. Well, let's move to game day wisdom. What is something someone gave you as far as advice or just a piece of a nugget that just said, hey, man, do this, or hey, think of this, or whatever it is prior to the game and then leading into the game that helped you and you were like, well, very thankful of that?
I'd probably have two. One from coach. This was end of it was either, I think, sophomore year. He lets me know one of my problems was conserving energy. I never ran the floor. I was so used to playing the whole game. I never ran the floor. I never put out that energy because I wanted to conserve it to play this throughout the whole game. So letting him know, or him letting me know that I could get out. I have backup. I can go full out for 4 minutes, come out for 30 and get right back in there. Was probably the number one thing that I'll take, and I've been grateful for because my whole game has changed. I've become a different player since I've been able to go full out. And then another piece of advice, I didn't directly receive it. I just took it from a movie, and it's what I live by before every game, is the Coach Carter quote of our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, but our deepest fear is that we are more powerful than beyond imagine. That's probably another piece of advice I live by and that I take into every game.
Okay, nice. Good stuff. Go ahead, Mike.
Student athlete, you spoke about this earlier. What advice would you give to the younger student athletes? I know you guys do your feeder camp, right? You had your Garcias and your Jeffersons in the building. What advice would you give to younger student athletes about the importance of balance in academics and athletics?
The number one piece of advice I would give them to every young student athlete, I would say, is basketball or sports in general will eventually stop, and you're going to need a backup plan. And academics can do that, provide you an education, provide you a job, and eventually sports will stop at some point. It doesn't matter when. Could end after high school, college, or pro eventually, but eventually at some day or at some point it's going to stop, and you're going to have to fall onto a backup plan if you need one. And that's why I think balancing academics and getting yourself an education is probably one of the most important things. It's more important than athletics, but one of the most important things in a student's life.
Great nugget for the younger generation. I love it.
All right, we kind of touched on this earlier. We know you're a student athlete and you're a great basketball player, but how do you balance it all? So life, basketball, academics, how do you balance all of it?
So usually one of the best inventions to me was Shoot 360 down on Broadway at Factory of Champions. Number one place I can go get shots up. So I usually balance my schoolwork. I'll get it all done during school if I can. If not, I'll come home. And usually late at night is when I'll put in my work. My day consists of waking up at around 7 and then going to school, hitting weights, and then I'll go to class after that, get all my work done, and around 8 at night, I'll go put up shots and put in extra work. Just balance. Obviously, there's going to be days where I have, let's say, a pre-cal test, and there's going to be no chance I can go to shooting because I need to study for that. But the days you just have to take advantage of, and maybe at some point I might have to sacrifice sleep during the week and just make it up on the weekend.
Okay. I'll give you a nugget after we finish talking, but great stuff. I'm gonna go straight to a fun fact. Give the audience a fun fact about yourself that no one really knows about?
Yeah, I'll say this one. I used to be a swimmer from age 6, or no, since I was like 3 all the way until I was about 11. I used to swim, and I was actually ranked in Texas number 18 for backstroke. Um, so yeah, that's probably a fun fact not many know about me.
Go ahead, Mike. It's rapid fire time.
Hey, before we get into rapid fire, how many kids are in your class of 2026 at O'Connor?
637,
What rank are you right now?
17,
Say that again.
17,
With the GPA of what?
100.75.
So I just wanted to make sure that the world knew when he's talking about student athlete that he epitomizes it as well.
Number 17 out of 637. Wow. What's the numbers on that, Mike? What percentage of the
Oh,
class is that? I know it's top 10, of course.
Top 3.
oh, that's top 3.
That's top 3.
18 is top 3% at my school.
Wow.
It's actually 2 point. He's in the top 2.6.
Wow. That's awesome. Hey, that's two. That's two we had like that. That's yeah, in the top 5% of their class that we had within the week. Within a week, by the way. So great stuff. Kudos to you.
Thank you,
Hat
sir.
goes off to you. Definitely, definitely. Go ahead, Mike.
Rapid fire time.
Can you say that again, Coach? You cut out.
Buffalo Bills or Houston Texans? Who you got?
Oh, Bills.
Ooh, okay. Pizza or calzone?
Pizza.
Cheeseburger or chili cheese dog?
Cheeseburger.
Dallas Cowboys or Pittsburgh Steelers?
Dallas Cowboys.
Kobe or LeBron?
Kobe.
McDonald's or Burger King?
McDonald's.
Whataburger or In-N-Out?
Whataburger.
Wings, hot or barbecue?
Hot.
Drums or flats?
Flats.
All right. Baby Joker. Man, thank you for taking this time. And when you come back like a wrecking ball, man. I'm going to be there. I'm excited for this upcoming season. You're about to do great things. Get back healthy, put in this work, and just go have a great junior season, man. And thank you for letting us highlight you and show you some love, my man. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
It was a true joy and pleasure. One nugget to take with you. One thing to remember. All right, you said you sacrifice things. One thing I can't have you sacrifice, and you got to remember this: is sleep. Right now, it's really pivotal that you get a lot of sleep. I know you don't feel like maybe, hey, I don't need it. I'm already big, but at the same time, that helps your engine. And it helps allow you to recover. Remember, a lot of athletes forget that. So y'all sacrifice sleep, and there's other areas you can sacrifice. So you got to look at your schedule a little bit better, but don't sacrifice the sleep part, okay?
Yes, sir.
Because you need that. That's what resets everything in your body. So you right now need at least 7 to 8 hours good sleep. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. But I appreciate you. Like Mike said, again, it was a true pleasure having you on the show and representing O'Connor basketball and the mighty follow through.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Hey, Tally, since you did it, I wasn't going to do it on air, but since you did it, Hagen, you know better. I was going to call you as soon as we got off this line. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just you. Thank you,
Yes, sir.
thank you, brother Tally.
Always, man. It's Village, and he's one of the ones. Again, I've been knowing him since yay high. I know he's never been this high since I've known him. I'm just saying he's been yay high. So I can definitely say, hey, just give him the nuggets every now and then. He seems like he's very receptive to what we're doing and we talking about. So I know he'll take it and he'll utilize it and to make him better.
All right. Well, Hagen, go finish having a beautiful Sunday, man. I will be in touch. Thank you. I'll let you know as soon as we air it and get you the link.
Yes, sir. Thank you.